Always remember that labels don't equal style. Never has, never will. Open yourself up to other people.
Welcome to our guest today. Welcome to those of you that are joining us in the live audience. Last season, you guys asked us for a way to join in on the conversation and to be able to have some fun with us on recording day. The live audience is your way to be able to do that. If you are listening on your podcast platform of choice and you would like to join in on the live audience, be sure to visit us on Instagram. Join the Ladies Room broadcast channel. That is where we post the link for this. Let's do some icebreakers, ladies, before we get into the episode. Let's get into some quick fire questions. Let's start really easily. Let's start with who is your style icon? Princess, we'll start with you.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
I knew
Hands
it.
down.
I knew it.
Hands down. Like, I just feel like she don't do no wrong. I mean, she could sell a paper bag and I'm like, how much?
Sign me up. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Ashley, what about you? Who's your style icon?
Honestly, same.
I knew
I,
it.
yeah, I mean, I just love her because her style is just she can go from super elegant to casual, and I love everything she wears.
She's
Yes.
mine too. I actually debated taking this question off of here because I'm just like, I feel like all the girls are gonna say Tracy because Tracy is for the girls. Like we just love her. I agree with you, Princess. She really just can do no wrong in my book. Outside of fashion, what inspires your personal style? We'll start with Ashley.
Hmm. To be honest, I would say my personality. I have a little bit of a quirky personality anyway. So I'm like, I think my personality and probably just my lifestyle. I'm a very like free spirited, kind of easygoing type of person in real life. So it's like, I just feel like my outfits should scream like fun and quirky because that's who I really am.
What about you, Princess?
Definitely music. You guys follow me. I post music constantly. Music is my first love before fashion.
Oh, okay.
Like I grew up singing in the choir, leading praise team, youth choir, stuff like that. Yeah, that's something that people don't really know, but
I was about to
um,
say, come on, hidden talents.
Right. I'm
that.
like, I probably sang.
So yeah, but just when it comes to music though, like people in music, like when I think of like Phyllis Hyman, if you are familiar with her, like
Right.
her fashions, besides the voice, her fashion was crazy.
Okay.
But then you just hip hop, when I think of like Aaliyah, her tomboy style, the oversized jeans, like all of that, and art too. Basquiat is one of my favorite artists. Him and Frida Kahlo. So yeah, both of those,
Uh,
music and art for sure.
Funny enough, you mentioned music. A couple years ago, I went to go see Patti LaBelle.
Mm,
Baby fashion queen. She gave us at least three outfit changes.
okay.
She was like, "Go ahead and y'all go ahead and take my picture before I kick these heels off. If y'all want photos, go ahead and get them." So I love that. Also for me, I think home decor for me too. If y'all can't see this
Yeah.
thing on my wall, like I love prints, colors. Like my wardrobe probably looks a lot like my decor in my house. So
Mm.
that tracks too. Which brand or designers make you feel seen and a brand that you would like to see extend their sizing? Princess, let's start with you.
Definitely a lot of indie brands. So Ghibli, I mean
Mhm.
that's black owned, woman owned. Something by Sanji.
Mm,
She has the paper bag waist,
yeah.
like pants and skirts. There's so many others like Ray, just a lot of indie brands that,
Mhm.
do have a range in sizing.
Is there a brand that you would like to see extend their sizing?
Tibby,
Mm,
I like Tibby. It's a lot of brands that I've been either introduced to by working at the boutique I work at, or just have gotten a chance to like try on some things to see what the sizing is like. But Tibby, I really love. I love MM6 by Maison Margiela. I would say those are two of the main ones that I wish extended their sizing for
okay.
sure.
How about you, Ashley? Which brands or designers make you feel seen?
You know, it's so funny because in listening to Princess, I was like, man, there's so many designers that I don't really know of because I think I thrift so much that I think for me, sometimes I'm not locked in with all the designers. For me, I do shop a lot of black owned brands as far as like accessories, but sometimes like
Mhm.
clothes, I don't necessarily do that since I thrift so much. But I definitely think as far as seeing some of those brands, like, of course, Telfar, I believe Cis brand, CISE,
Hmm.
their brand. And it's so funny because I hate that everything kind of changed the way that it did. But before everything happened, I was really enjoying how the Future Collective was doing at Target.
Hmm.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that
Definitely.
was something that made me feel seen in a way because I think for people who are looking for a more affordable personal style, it was something that people could just buy,
Yeah.
and it was readily available. So definitely
Yes.
them.
I agree. I loved the Future Collective. I have tons of tons of the
Yeah.
pieces that
Same.
came out of that collaboration. But I liked it too because it gave us an opportunity to be in a designer seat. Like some of my favorite influencers that were able to be in on those collaborations. It gave us kind of a different look. Like we are big into styling, but I think designing is a lane that a lot of you all could be into as well.
Mhm.
So that was fun. Also, Amazon did those the
Yes,
influencer
I
drops
was
too.
just thinking about that because there hasn't
Yeah,
been one.
hasn't and
Yeah.
hasn't.
Mm-mm,
Oh
not in a
wow.
while. Yeah.
Has it? And that was a time too. I've got tons of good pieces from those. So totally agree. Let's talk about what is your power piece. It could be either a clothing item, an accessory, anything. Princess, what's your power piece?
I love a good button down.
Okay.
I definitely love a good button down. Earrings for sure. Just I was going to talk about that a little bit later on, but just having a bald head, like earrings, or my earrings make a statement, and are a focal point
Yeah.
along with my frames. And so, yeah, definitely a cute earring for sure.
Love. Love. Actually, I feel like I know what yours is, but go
Right.
Well,
tell us what's your power piece.
Right.
I mean, I would say though it's hard because I feel like it goes between fun glasses
Uh-huh.
and then blazers. Like oversized blazers are really my
Hmm.
thing. Is that what you were gonna say?
No, I was gonna say glasses.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah. I
And
mean, I don't know. I
jewelry.
just love fun glasses. I mean, it
Yeah.
just gives something to the outfit.
Princess pointed out too, your jewelry.
Yeah.
Ashley is the accessory queen, honey.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank
Got
Yes.
it down pat. So really
Yes.
quickly, Ashley, you mentioned that you thrift a lot. Are you finding those pieces thrifting as well? Your accessories like glasses and jewelry?
I would say not necessarily the glasses. With glasses,
Okay.
I tend to maybe buy them online, like whether it's Amazon or different like independent stores.
Hmm.
But my jewelry, absolutely. Like I would say
Really?
probably 75% of my jewelry is either thrifted or it's from estate sales. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
A lot of people don't realize I really love estate sales in particular because a lot of times the costume jewelry that they have there is way better quality than things that you may get now because they're from like 30, 40, 50 years
Hmm.
ago, and I mean it's not real gold but yet still hasn't even turned. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
love
talk
that.
about that later because I want to talk of Stacey.
Listen, whole new
You
lane.
find all
Okay.
the good stuff.
Yes. Let's do a finish the sentence. Personal style is revolutionary because.
I feel like it's one of the best ways, the biggest ways that somebody can express themselves.
How about you, Ashley?
I would say it's revolutionary because it's how people remember you and identify you.
Yeah.
Agree. Love that. Love that. So now we've shaking all the nerves off. Thank you guys for playing quick fire. Those are just kind of fun ways, fun questions that allows people to kind of get to know you, get to know your personality. I know both of you guys are very well known online. I love to be able to get kind of a behind the scenes look at you guys and your personality. I've had the pleasure of meeting Ashley in person years ago.
Years.
Uh, it's been forever. So I'm also glad to virtually meet you, Princess, as well. Both of you guys have been kind of my OGs. You guys were here when I first got into plus size fashion, when I was looking for women that looked like me, that had style, that kind of didn't have any limits. So when I thought about, oh, let's, continue the personal style series, I was just like, oh, these two are perfect to discuss this topic. Really quickly, I just want to do some introductions for those who don't know, even though I don't know many that don't know. But
Stop.
we'll start with Princess, who is a stylist and content creator. She is also the founder of the PB Agency. She's been featured in Redbook Magazine, Fashion Canada, Ebony Magazine, and the Zoe Report. Welcome, Miss Princess.
Thank you so much.
And then we have Ashley, creator of the life and style brand Fabulous. Her passion is encouraging women to live and dress fabulously. Online, she shares her passion for style by showing how to mix thrift finds with current trends, as well as how to add more color into your wardrobe. She does that. She also shares inspiration for women to encourage them to protect their inner peace, grow, and find their God given purpose. Welcome, Miss
Thank
Ashley.
you.
Love both of you all's platforms that you all have been able to build and sustain. Because I think that's something, listen, that we don't talk about a whole lot. Baby, y'all been in the game for a long
Yeah,
for a
man.
long time. Princess, how long have you been in fashion and influence?
I started blogging 2010 was when I
Okay.
first started blogging, so it's been a minute.
Yeah. It's been a
It was
while.
definitely before all these platforms existed. It was you just had a dot blog spot. So that's what
Yeah.
I had. It was personalbravery.blogspot.com. So it's been a
Yeah.
while.
Been a while. What about you, Ashley? How long have you been in the fashion space?
You know what? Actually, the same year. I just started in December of 2010.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, y'all been around a while. I love that you all have been able to sustain. You guys are both very much still very relevant. You guys have been able to kind of move along with the ebbs and flows. We know fashion and blogging and influencing goes through many stages, and has, Princess mentioned the several different platforms that have come since you all started your spaces. So it's impressive that you all have been able to still be here, still be putting out content for all of us to enjoy. So with that, I want to start with some fashion fatigue. Do you guys experience it? We just talked about how long you guys have been doing this. Do you guys experience fashion fatigue as well? Let's start with Ashley.
You know, it's so funny because when I saw that question, I was like, I thought that was interesting because you know what? I may experience social media fatigue. I don't experience fashion fatigue. And I
Okay.
think that's interesting though, because for me, I'm like, I think when you really live, love, and enjoy
Hmm.
fashion,
Hmm.
it's sometimes hard to like really grow and have fatigue with like to have fatigue with it. I don't grow tired of it. I think if anything, my outfits may change. It might be more casual sometimes
Okay.
or it might be more dressed up, but I don't really experience actual fatigue from it.
Okay. How about you, Princess?
I do. Like when I was reading this question, I was like, okay, like just trying to get like what it means, what can cause it. And one of the things that stood out to me was overconsumption. I realized just over the past couple years, I would say definitely a lot lately that I have overconsumed. I have been trying to transition to try to be more sustainable. I do want to get back to thrifting. I used to thrift early on, like all the time, and I do want to get back to thrifting. And getting finding those special pieces and stuff. But I realized that I definitely was over consuming, and it's like you only can have so many, you know what I mean, of this one thing. So I've just put a stop to buying so much, especially like just fast fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So lately, probably within the last year or so, I've heard quite a few people, one of them being Law Roach, was talking about, kind of trying to find inspiration. But then, even as far back, I saw an old video with Andre Leon Talley. They asked him, "What inspires you about fashion or something?" And he was like, "Nothing." I was like, "Well, dang." But it just, I like that I found that clip from a long time ago, because at least it was a little reassuring that it goes through its seasons,
Mm,
where
Definitely.
sometimes it can just feel like that. But I kind of feel like that's the fun part about personal style, and why personal style is important, because
Right.
that's where you get to get creative, and that's where you get to kind of play with different things versus continuing to shop and buy and everybody kind of looking the same and buying the same things. And I definitely have experienced some fashion fatigue, but I agree with Princess. It was any time where I could tell that I was just over consuming. Like, I'm just shopping all of the things I keep seeing online. But whenever I'm able to kind of just step back and look in my closet and try
Yeah,
to create something from what's already
for
in here,
sure.
is
Yes.
when I actually have fun.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
yeah. Princess, let's start with you. What does your personal style say about you?
I feel like it says that I'm confident. It gives boss, I think.
No, you
Ooh,
missed
it
it. I
that's
was like,
better.
yes.
it gives that I can like have fun and laugh and do all the things, but be serious when I need to be, when it calls for it.
Love. What about you, Ashley? What do you feel like your personal style says about you?
I feel like it says she's a little different, but in a nice way.
Yeah.
And we
No,
love
but she's
that.
a little different. She's a little fun. She's a little quirky. But I think on a deeper level, I think it kind of shows I'm confident in who I am
Hmm.
and not afraid to try things or stand out.
I love that. Princess, it definitely gives boss energy.
Yes.
And Ashley, it definitely gives fun. I think that that's what draws me or drew me to your platform as well. Like, I like that I get to see you take risks. I like that I get to see you, when you mentioned in your bio about introducing people to color, like, you play in color in a way that is different from a lot of people. So yes, it gives unique. It
I
gives
love that
unique.
though. Like, I do want to
Yeah.
say, like, so one of the things I was thinking about before I got on here and I was thinking about Ashley, I have seen like how the trajectory, like, you have completely did a like from early on like to
Uh
Yes.
huh.
now, just even over the past like uh year, 2 years, I've seen how you have just been like, you know what, I'm about to write this how I want to write this, I'm gonna do this how I want to do this, and I'm not about to subscribe to all the fluff. It's like you just stand out, and like you have definitely changed. I'm like, oh, she okay, she coming into herself for real,
Yes.
and I love
Yes.
that for you.
Thank you. Not y'all about to
Yes.
make me cry.
No,
Wait a minute. Oh my
for
gosh,
real. I'm just
no.
like, dang, because I've been around to see way back, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, to now.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, just even you doing like the outfit of the days and the like parking garage and the parking lot. It's just like you just doing your own thing. And I'm just like, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know what? I was just sitting here thinking therapy does a lot for a person.
That
Man,
growth. Listen.
ooh wee.
Listen,
Yeah,
from the inside out.
from
It'll
the
Yeah.
always
inside
do
out.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
It'll.
I feel like we only have this one life to live, and I'm like,
Man.
I don't want to live it I don't want to live someone else's life. I only want to live my own, and I
Mhm.
want to feel free in that. So I appreciate those words a lot because it's been a journey and still is in a way.
Yeah,
I love
for
that.
sure.
I
Hmm.
love that. I love that both of you all kind of own your spaces. I think both of you all show up very confident in who you are and your brand and the brand that you all are building. So I love that. How does your personal style express your identity, and what message do you hope your followers receive when they see your content? Let's start with Princess.
I express my identity through creativity. I love prints and I love colors. I love to be edgy. I feel like my style communicates who I am without even talking. As a content creator, the message that I want to give to my followers, first off, I've always wanted my platform to be community, like just truly be community. I've had people, DM me and they're like, it's just something about you, or you're such a light. It's just something, different or whatever. And that means everything to me because it's always been bigger than clothes to me.
Hmm.
It's about what's inside, when it's all said and done, it's like what your heart posture is. We could fix the outside. Like we could fix that, you know what I mean? But I've just always wanted to like I've wanted my followers, my community to feel like they can talk to me, they can, like I said, they can DM me or whatever. It's very important to me to respond to comments and stuff like that because I don't want to ever, you know what I mean, even when and it takes a long time sometimes to respond to people, but engagement is important to me. So I just wanted to always be a place and I just want to always be a girl's girl. And I always want, people to just come and just feel like, oh, she's gonna, respond to me. Like, even if it takes a little bit, like, she's not too big or too, too, So yeah,
We know. We know.
that's important to me.
Listen, that has been just a very big part of our community. And even when I got into fashion, it was finding those girls that like are
Mhm.
open to conversation, are open to helping you. It's not just like, look at my cute outfit, but like, oh
Right.
no, I remember, Princess, I had sent you a DM a little bit ago about trying to find a white button down, and you were like, "Oh, this one is from Target. It's this and the third."
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I absolutely can affirm she does reply. She does reply to
And then it's just like,
DMs
I don't know. I
comments.
don't understand like gatekeeping it. Like, especially if
Mm-mm.
like you're supposed to, I don't know. Like how could you be like a content creator sharing all these things and then if somebody asks you, you're like
Yeah,
closed lip, like what's the
yeah.
purpose?
Ash- Ashley, how about you? How does your personal style express your identity, and what message do you hope your followers get from your content?
Well, like I was saying earlier, as far as, how it expresses my identity, I think it definitely shows growth in that, that confidence in wanting to just explore and try different things and be open to wearing color and wearing different things. And I think, if anything, really, I hope my audience feels like it's okay to take a risk. It's
Yeah.
okay to take a risk. Life is not going to end because you took a risk. Um, it doesn't matter if somebody's looking at you with your outfit on. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You only have this life, and it deserves to be lived fully. And if there's something you want to try, I hope that I encourage you to try it.
I love that. I love so confidence plays a big piece in that, in being willing to take risks. So tell me how confidence plays a part in developing your personal style.
It's interesting because I think it does play a role. Confidence does play a role, but I think for me, I kind of built confidence the more I took risks.
Okay.
So I know,
Mm,
like
that's
for
good.
me, I would start off doing something small, like, okay, well, maybe I just want to wear this color today. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'd be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna wear this colorful shirt and see how it goes. And if it goes okay, then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll do something different this next
Interesting.
time, or maybe I'll pair it with something. So I feel like confidence does play a role, but I think when you start taking little steps, it allows for the bigger confidence to really kind of build and grow from there, because I hate that people think they have to have it all together to do something.
Yeah.
Good.
It's like you can start with where you're at, just do something small.
Yeah. I love that. How about you, Princess? How does confidence play a role in developing personal style?
I feel like it gives you the boost, that you need to experiment, to try the things. The name personal bravery, how it came about was the personal part was like me helping you to find my audience, to find their personal style, and the bravery to wear what you want to wear in spite of what's trending or not. Ashley and I both are just, a testament to that. Like we have the bravery, we have shown the bravery to do what it doesn't matter if it's trending or not. Like if we like it, we gonna wear it, And so I
Yeah.
want that. I want to convey that.
And have fun. Like, just
Yeah.
have fun. I remember one of my big milestones, if I can even call it that. When I first got into fashion, I was like, I want to tuck in my shirt, and I was just like, that seems so small to anybody else,
Right.
but I'm just like, oh, I see all of I see you guys styling stuff, and I'm just like, oh, she tucked in her shirt, and I'm just like, girl, tuck your shirt in. You
Right.
can tuck your shirt in too. Now, granted, it was there are ways to do things, and I had to
Hmm.
learn those things, and that was fine. But it was funny because once I did it, I literally had a couple young ladies reach out to me that was like, "I like how you tucked your shirt in. How did you,
See.
how did you do that?" So I love that when we take the risk and when we show
Hmm.
up, that it gives other people permission to
Yeah.
also do the same too. So
Definitely.
I love that. So let's talk about curating closets. When we think about personal styles, I think it was Politics and Fashion that she had done a reel that talks about you have nothing to wear because you're shopping for a life you don't live. And when I tell you, I was
Mm.
like, sis, you could have just called me. Like, you didn't even
Right.
have to,
You didn't have to call
you
me
didn't
out.
have to put me out there like that. But it was funny because when I first got into fashion and when I first started curating my closet, it was a lot of statement pieces. And
Hmm.
even I still catch myself now where I'll see something and I'll be like, oh, that'll be cute for an event, or oh, that'll be cute. Where you going? where are you going?
Yeah.
So talk to me about curating a closet that matches the life that you live.
That's first of all, that was an attack that she
Right. Thank you.
No, I love that though, because that's so important to remember, because I'm
True.
like, okay, so when I look in my closet, I'm like, I have clothes that literally could be dressed up, dressed down, however
Mm.
you want to do it, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah.
So I think, to me, when it comes to curating a wardrobe for, I think, your lifestyle, you have to think about, where are you going? First of all, where are you going? But not only that, but where are you going? And then it's important to always remember there's nothing wrong with having basics. Starting with the basics is a really great place to start. And I see so many people online who make basics look so fashionable. So I always feel like basics are good, and then go from there. But I know a lot of people, and I know Princess can probably, you talk about this too, but like, so many people have those, like, okay, these are the five things you have to have in your wardrobe. It's different for everybody. But I
Yeah.
know,
Right.
like, for me, I'm like, as long as you have a good pair of jeans, a good white shirt, or a button up, and a good blazer, and a great comfortable sneaker that's also fashionable, to me, I feel like that's a great start.
It's great foundation. I love that. I'm just getting into basics. Like, because
Mm.
I think it's because the basics aren't where the fun is. Like
Right.
the
Yeah.
basics, you
Yeah.
have to, they're the foundation, but it's like, but you need a foundation.
But yeah.
So, yeah, so I'm just now like pulling back the, one, it's because I already have too many clothes. Like, there's nothing else that I need in here. But basics are kind of, when I look in my closet and I'm looking for what I need and what's missing, it's normally a basic something.
Mhm.
Princess, how about you? How do you curate a closet that matches your lifestyle?
like you were saying, I think foundational wardrobe is important. Having a good LBD, little black dress, right? Like having a little black dress because you can use that for so many different occasions. A blazer, but also as far as my wardrobe is concerned, like I said earlier, accessories play a big part. Like the earrings are really important to me. A lot of my big colorful earrings are made. I was going to give a little shout out to Lady Luck on Instagram. Her stuff is the bomb. Another black owned, woman owned brand. My bald head, I really play with the things around my face.
Love that. Both of you guys mentioned blazers, and I feel like for a lot of, especially plus bodies, are a struggle. But for me, I whenever I need to go like re up my blazers, I thrift them. So now I tell
Mm-hmm.
people all the time, one, I thrift them, but two, I thrift them from the men's section.
There you go.
And I'm not sure the magic in that and why, but I think because they have to have their stuff tailored, their suits and stuff tailored. I've gotten some blazers from the men's section that feel like that they were already tailored to
Mm,
me.
mm.
So that
Mhm.
is where I typically get my blazers from. But is there anywhere in particular that you all find good blazers or with a good fit?
I'm like you. I get most, well, I would say 95% of them from the thrift store in the
Thrift.
men's
Okay.
section. But I will say, when I did work at Lane Bryant, I love their blazers too.
Okay. How about you,
That's
Princess?
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Lane Bryant is definitely good for that workwear,
Hmm.
those workwear pieces. So they definitely have the good blazers that are like the quality, is
Yeah.
there too. But definitely thrifting for
Yeah.
sure. That is, yeah.
And
And then
eloquent.
it's gonna the price, yeah, Eloquy, yes, Eloquy for sure.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say like with thrifting too, like it's you could just find so many gems at a good price. Like that's what I think about thrifting too, is like a lot of, as much as I love sustainability and some of these higher end brands and stuff like that, it's like you can get some of those same brands though, like in the thrift store, and it's affordable.
Yeah. That's
So
how I
yeah.
get in trouble. That's how I get in trouble at the thrift store because everything is so affordable. I'll be like,
Right.
give me all the things. They're like, oh, those are
Right.
$3. Give me five of them. Like, so I love that. So let's talk about how do you keep it fun and fresh and exciting, and do you have a go-to outfit formula? Let's start with Princess.
Keeping it fun, of course. Color,
Hmm.
prints, a good jacket. I love a good jacket. Like this one that I have on was a Black History Month collab. Also, lately, I have been increasing my black pieces. Was
Mm,
the boutique that I work at. We wear a lot of black, and I never really had like an appreciation for black before like that because I just, us color girls and print girls, we like black. Like, I mean, it's fine, but
it'll do.
I just like I know, like, but so it was a wild air. Like the girls was black, white, gray, and us to death, and I was just like, okay, y'all, enough.
Yep.
But I have grown to have an appreciation for black, so I have been wearing a lot like black button downs, just like black dresses and stuff, and then you know I incorporate my color and everything with my accessories.
Awesome. Do you have a go-to outfit formula?
Not really.
No.
I
Okay.
mean,
No, that's fine too. So actually, I that was one of my questions was when we're talking personal style, is there room for structure? Like an outfit formula is technically kind of like a uniform, like just something that I know that I can go to. It always works for me. Is there room for that kind of structure when we're talking personal style, or is it like, oh, just what I feel today?
no, I feel like it can be vibes. I feel like it could be vibes,
Yeah.
but structure definitely is important. Like I was saying earlier, I love a white button down. So I will say that is like a go to formula. Like I will grab a white button down, any button down really doesn't have to be white. But I'll grab a button down and some jeans, a red
Okay,
lip, and
that'll
we
do it.
out. You know,
Out the door.
so yeah.
No.
But there's definitely room for vibes and doing what you want to do when it
No.
calls for it. You know,
Yeah,
because sometimes it
absolutely.
calls for structure depending
Sure.
on the
Right.
place and time.
Yeah. What about you, Ashley? How do you keep it fun, fresh, and exciting? And do you have a go-to outfit formula?
Okay, fun, fresh, and exciting. I
I
have
feel
so
like
many.
that's your brand.
For sure.
Period.
I love that. Honestly, because I have, it's so funny when y'all were talking about overconsumption lately. I've had moments where I've been like that, and lately I've been trying to not shop a lot. So
Mhm.
for me, when I keep it fresh and fun, what I'm really trying to focus on right now is really accessories
Mm,
and like how to accessorize like what I already have. So a
Yeah.
lot of times I will go to the thrift store or estate sales lately, particularly looking for jewelry or silk scarves or whatever so that I can
Mm-hmm.
add them
Yes.
to what I already have. Honestly, for me, that's a great way to keep it kind of fun and fresh because you can kind of take what you have and just add all these different things to it. As far as the outfit formula, I'm like y'all. I think there is some room for structure, but sometimes, like you said, it could be vibes too. I think
mhm,
for me, my favorite outfit formula has always been jeans, a t-shirt, and an oversized blazer.
mhm.
Whatever shoes you want to wear, cool, but that's always going to be my favorite outfit formula, and I'm always going to probably wear that when I don't want to think about what to put on.
So I think I agree with you, Ashley, in terms of reimagining your closet. That's kind of how I keep it fun and fresh too. Old me was like, "Oh, we need new clothes. Like we're
Mm-hmm.
we're done with what's in here." But just kind of going back in and reimagining the pieces that are already in here. Because I won't speak for anybody else but me, but it's enough in here. So you can repurpose it, kind of
Mm-hmm.
restyle it in different ways. So that's kind of how I keep it fun and fresh too. Outfit formulas. I don't know that I have an outfit formula either, other than like now because we're getting into like spring and summer. Uh, Baby, you'll see me in a crop top and something. It might be a crop top and a blazer, or like I have the caftan on today. I also fully believe in, most people that follow me know, I believe in making our top drawer work. So, as much as I spend on bras and tank tops and all of that, I like to work those into my outfits as well. But yeah, normally it's just some kind of balance. So if I have on, like I have on today, I think this is from Fenty, Savage Fenty, where it's like a patent leather bra. Could be a little aggressive. But I'm like, oh, find something light and flowy to kind of put over it. Or
Mm-hmm.
I love to do a crop top under a blazer with a pair of jeans. That's probably my go to as well. Try some things. I'm trying to get better at trying things because I think I'm still, especially post COVID, learning my body. During COVID, my weight shifted. So it's kind of learning, oh, okay, well, what works for this and kind of navigating that space too. If you had to give your style different eras, what would you say is the era that you're currently in? Let's start with Princess.
Quality over quantity.
Love.
And this goes right back to the overconsumption conversation. The boutique that I work at, all the brands that we carry are sustainable.
Okay.
So it's like important to me when I started working there is to just learn about our brands and learn about the brands, educate myself about the designers. I really have just grown to have an appreciation for sustainability, and it's all about having those good pieces, and you can start small. Like you don't have to, because I feel like sustainability, like some of these brands, and they can be expensive, but there are some that aren't, and I've learned about several that aren't, they're I feel like more wallet friendly. I've really like shifted into, you don't need to have 30 floral dresses. You only can wear one at a time.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It is like, because I had found myself doing that like for a second, like, oh, I haven't been on H&M in a while. Let me go take a gander, and I went on there and it was like, oh, this is cute. This is cute. It's like, okay, no, girl, no, you already have all, like, just bring it back because,
Yeah.
so definitely quality over quantity for sure.
Perfect. What about you, Ashley? What era would you say that you're in right now with your style?
I would say my era is probably, can you thrift it?
I love that.
I love that.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Cause I'm just at the point now where I find myself on Pinterest a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, on Pinterest a whole lot. And I'm always like, if it's not something I already have that I'm looking for in particular, like to style, I'll be like, or if I see some inspiration, I'm like, can I thrift that? And then
Hmm.
that's always first rather than trying to find it somewhere else.
To buy it. Yeah. Love that. So one of the questions that I get a lot, and it's normally probably because I've kind of shifted into, I turned 40 last year. And so I've been talking to a lot of ladies that are in their 40s, but just also women that are trying to evolve their style, which sometimes can lean a little modest. So trying to find that balance in, I think they just refer to it as sexy. I don't know if that's the actual like word and what it is that we're going for. Which I think is, I'm gonna let y'all answer the question, but I think that's where we kind of have to start with that conversation, because a blazer could make you feel sexy. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know. When people ask me that and they're like, oh, I want to, how do I dress more sexy? I'm just like, well, what feels good to you? Like,
Yeah.
that's
No,
sexy.
exactly. Yeah.
So any advice for that as you continue to evolve your style? I guess we can even start with what feels sexy to you all.
I never, when I read that question, I'm like, I've never really used that word like to
Hey.
like describe how I dress.
Yeah.
Um, so I like what you said about whatever feels good that you put on. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? A
Yeah.
bodysuit, jeans, a blazer, what that can be sexy to you. Like
Yeah.
whatever feels good when you put it on. I use words more like, um, being like, I want to feel sharp and put
Hmm.
together. You know what
That.
I mean? And
Hmm.
and chic, and like
Hmm.
I own the room when I walk
Hmm.
in. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. What about you, Ashley? How do you answer that?
I was just sitting here thinking, like, have I ever called myself sexy?
Right.
Hey, this is
I mean,
why I'm always like, when people ask me, I'm like, what is sexy? Like, what
yeah.
is it to you? Even though I think I get what they're going for, but I think, in our younger years, we relate sexy to our skin
Hmm.
and like
Yeah.
sexy to like club wear. But
Yeah.
even that, now I can't remember the last time I was out at a club, but even now I try to think like, oh, if I went out to a club, like what would I wear? But it would still be what I normally wear because that's what I feel good in. So yeah, I totally. It stumps me every time. I just be like, oh well, let's ask Ashley in person.
But I don't know. I feel like, like Princess was saying, whatever makes me feel good, like y'all are saying, what I feel good and confident in. I would definitely say something that's not tight or restricting,
Hmm.
but makes me feel um, good, like I can move, like I feel put together. Like she said, yeah. I mean, those that's all I can really think of. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And for me, like I think the word is confident.
yeah.
Like you want to feel confident. Put on what
Yeah.
makes you feel confident. If you're
Yeah.
on vacation and you're at the beach, that could look like a bathing suit. If you're going out on date night, it might look like a dress that, does the things, but at the base of that is you feel good. So
Yeah,
whatever makes you feel good, put that on, girl.
for sure.
Yeah, I love that. So let's talk about kind of being on the right side of the conversation. As influencers, how do you guys balance fashion and kind of advocacy? We're in a very interesting time right now where
Yeah.
life is lifing, a lot is happening, a lot is going on. Are there any topics that are kind of personal to you all? And then how do you balance fashion content? And I'm here to help you get dressed and, style and all that stuff with also speaking up for the things that are important to you. Let's start with Ashley.
I definitely think for me, one of the big things on my platform is supporting Black-owned businesses. That's something that's I'm really passionate about, and it's beautiful because it can tie so much into fashion, and it can tie so much into supporting what's local. My husband and I, we loved going to a lot of independently owned like Black restaurants and things here. So since my audience is it does consist of a lot of people that live locally as well as all over, so I feel like I get the chance to share things that are local here, but when it comes to Black owned businesses like fashion related, I feel like I'm able to just tie that into my content. But I also feel too, a part of my platform is really trying to promote women kind of feeling at peace and confident in themselves. And I think, sharing different parts of either my story or different quotes or things that I find online is a way that I can kind of weave that into what I already do.
Love that. Love that. How about you, Princess?
Um, Jesus, you're definitely gonna get you're gonna get God on
Period.
my platform. Like that
Period.
is, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
another thing that I've had people comment in my DMs about, like, I love your boldness and how you
Hmm.
show fashion in the things, but then you share your beliefs. And it's in a way because I don't ever want to like push it on people,
Hmm.
be like Bible beating people. Like, that's
Hmm.
not me. That's not,
Hmm.
because I just feel like your character, is going to show who you are, how you are, how you treat people, how you talk to people. That's going to be like, okay, like I said, people are going to be like, oh, there's something different about you. Like, I don't have to, be like spitting out scriptures or whatever constantly, but I feel like that's definitely important to me.
Love that. Last fashion week, we had a lot of influencers kind of stepping back and redefining that experience for them in terms of going to shows, getting invited to events. A lot of them talked about the rollback of the invites to certain events as we're seeing the rollback of inclusion and diversity and those kind of things. Why, for you all, do you feel that visibility of plus Black women in fashion spaces is important? And let's start with Princess.
It's so important. I mean, Black women, like, our fashion, like, we started so many things, like, you know what I mean, just from the beginning, like,
Yeah.
so many trends and so many things. Like, it was us. When I first started blogging way back when, the two women that I followed, two of the women I followed were women of color. The main one was Gabby Fresh.
Mm.
She was plus size. She, is plus size Black woman, and I just feel like she, especially since even then there wasn't a lot of I mean, you did have the Lane Bryant, but Eloquy wasn't even a thing back then. So
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
literally making something out of nothing. We had Simply B back then. I know you remember that.
Hmm. Hmm.
um, but she was making something out of nothing, and she really started trends like Fat Keeney, like
Hmm.
the whole when she started doing her collaborations with Swimsuits for All.
Hmm.
Um, we are fashion, and we just know that Black women, we can do anything. We're the 92%. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
Absolutely. And I think not this past fashion week, but the one before that, um, Kelly Augustine, I
Hmm.
believe that it was, that posted about being able to, like you were saying, Princess, like making something out of nothing, like, and still show up in these spaces and be the moment in those spaces, even though whatever limitations, that we may have in options, we're still going to show up.
Yeah.
And still be the moment. So I love that. How about you, Ashley? How do you feel like it's important for visibility of plus black women?
Well, I agree so much with what Princess was saying. Like, black women are fashion. Like you said, there's so many, oh my gosh, so many trends that we don't always get credit for,
Yep.
but so many trends that have started with us. And not only that, like, it's just we deserve so much recognition, I think. And I don't want us to ever feel like we aren't in the room. We said, like you said, so many trends, there's so many things that come from black women that we deserve to be in all spaces. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's close with this, and we'll
I
start with
hold on
Ash.
really quick. I wanted to say something
Sure,
on. I wanted to say something about the Fashion Week thing
sure.
because you were saying something about Fashion Week and just taking a step back. So I've been 5 seasons now that I've been. It's great. It's a great experience. I do feel like that, of course, brands need to be more inclusive. I just feel like these designers. I've never been a person that like preach inclusivity like on my platform. A lot of those conversations I feel like I have in the group text and like
Hmm.
just with friends and stuff like that. But I feel like when it comes to the runway and stuff like that, like these brands, you're not even meeting the average. The average size woman is an 18 in the US, is the average size woman. You're not even meeting the average. Like that's a problem. I do feel like we have some work to do when it comes to that.
I agree. I was just in watching people's stories, and just the girls that I normally follow that go to New York Fashion Week, and just them kind of reimagining that experience for them and leaning more into the community of the experience, like being able to, gather. And this is where, all the girls come and enjoy that piece of it versus the heavy focus on the attending of different events and stuff. There was more focus this past season, it seemed like, on community. And I love that too. I'd love to see the girls gather.
I do feel like that's definitely important, but I feel like going to Fashion Week, I feel like you definitely have to have a purpose in going.
Yeah.
It has to be like the shows and stuff, that's definitely very important. But I feel like going with goals in mind, like to network and
Hmm.
to, work. It like as far as like, because when I go to Fashion Week, I shoot. Like I try to make sure that I'm getting content and stuff while I'm there because it can be. I have a whole lot of thoughts on that, but on Fashion Week, it's a beautiful thing. But I do feel like people they took a step back because they wanted to just evaluate like why am I going. What I realize is that at Fashion Week a lot of times content creators of color are trying to push themselves into tables that don't necessarily like want them to be there.
Hmm.
And so my goal this year, I'm gonna go to Lagos Fashion Week in October. That's
Yes.
that's the plan right now today. But there are content creators that Freelancy. I don't know if you all follow her. Freelancing, very colorful, very.
Hmm.
Um, she was talking to me. We were talking about Lagos Fashion Week versus New York Fashion Week, and she was just saying how they're like here. This is the table, and here, like
Yeah.
you're welcome. Come and sit down. Matter of fact, come to the head of the table. You know what I mean? And so she was just saying how it's just night and day from
Yeah.
New York. And so, yeah, I'll just
Oh, I love
leave
that.
it at
That's
there. Like, there's no need to, like, we need to stop trying to push ourselves into space.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's exciting. I can't wait to see that. That was my thought too when I was watching kind of some of the think pieces, and I'm just like, there are so many other fashion weeks that I've recently, and I think because some creators are starting to go to them,
Yeah,
so that we're able to see the different designers, and I'm just like, oh, I want to see what's going on over there. So
right, for sure.
yeah, I'm excited to see that. So stay tuned. We'll be following along. We're going with
Right.
Princess. So let's close with, who is your girl, and what advice would you leave with her on developing her personal style? Let's start with Ashley.
So, hey girl. But my girl, my girl is definitely the one who wants to step out a little bit, possibly wear a little color, but really want to feel more confident in her clothes, and also maybe want to be a little bit more sustainable and start thrifting too. And my thing I would say for her is, when you get started trying to figure out your personal style, write down the adjectives of what you are looking for when it comes to your personal style, and take those with you when you go to the thrift store, or whether you're looking on Pinterest for ideas, so that you can kind of create looks that go with that. Like for me, I'm somebody who likes to be colorful and comfortable. So a lot of times I look up sneaker looks to figure out how I can incorporate sneakers into my outfits in a colorful way.
Love that. Love that. How about you, Princess? Who is your girl, and what advice would you leave with her on developing her personal style?
So my girl is the girl who loves scrolling on social media, looking at the fashion girlies for inspo, but you might not necessarily be able to afford certain brands and certain designers. Always remember that labels don't equal style. Never has, never will. Open yourself up to other people. Like a lot of the people that I know, there's the girls, there's the girls. But and there's nothing wrong with, like, we love the girls, the more popular girls maybe, right? But there are so many people that I follow that people maybe wouldn't consider, that whatever, that have 1,000 followers,
Mhm.
5,000 followers, you know what I mean, 13,000, 50,000, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm looking at how they are, the confidence in what they're wearing and how they're putting stuff together and everything. And I feel like sometimes things can become so trendy. Also, too, is like everybody's gravitating towards, this certain person, and all the things that they can buy and all that. And it's like that doesn't necessarily, it just doesn't necessarily equal style. Branch out and find other things and other people that can inspire you, to just be great and do different things, and yeah, mix and match and all the stuff. So yeah.
Yes. Love that. Well, thank you both for joining us today. Thank you guys for bringing your expertise to the ladies' room. I truly appreciate you guys. I'm not sure if I shared this with you guys when I sent y'all the invite, but this season was more about kind of branching out for me. I'm like, there are a lot of girls that I follow that I love you all style, and I'm just like, oh, just shoot the shot, just reach out, just see. So I never take for granted you guys being willing to come and pour into this space. So I thank you both for joining me. Princess, I will be in Ohio soon because I'm coming to the boutique too. I want to see the sustainable things, and
Come
learn about
on.
some new brand. Yeah, learn about some new brands. Ashley, I haven't seen you in forever, but I hope
I
to see you
know.
soon as well. But before we leave, anything, any last minute things, any things you guys have coming up that you want to share? Any of those things, and where folks can find you. Let's start with Princess.
Well, add personal bravery, on everything.
And what about you, Miss Ashley?
Well, you can find me everywhere online at I am Fab Ellis, and instead of the regular Fabulous, it's Fabellis.
Yes. Perfect. Well, thank you both. Thank you guys for joining us today. And we will see you next time.